4.7 Asempa FM so ne Ekosiisen dwumedi no asogo so a wotie no ye da munyina asese munya abotra twen ya me yakọ aba ye de dwumedi na ebrem afi same kopim se no nsia ne fa ebebo the honorable John Jinapor atena American man akwa abadada said ye munyina amwatene nti would get straight into the conversation na afi ahwe edi enkomo first Yape Kosogo constituency. The last time Yanini D and Komono na elections time and so in crowd, but he was confident so be winning. Honorable congratulations.
Thank you, Minia.
Now a difficult fight, and I say it was one of those things.
A bit difficult. I think this year I spent more than 2016.
Oh, okay.
I campaigned more than 2016. Because we had two setbacks. One was my opponent, Oka baby.
Oh.
When you car accident. Any demand in here.
No, it's our constituency. Oh, okay. Okay.
And then you know, riding more on sympathy votes. And China, on penny rolling so car baby.
Yeah.
In the 3 weeks, my Intimian campaign. Constituency was so.
Yes, so yeah.
We have about 60-something thousand. Once I boost more 30-something. Yeah, 60-something.
Yeah.
You know. I was really tight up. I had to really work and work and work. By the end of the day, that means I had a very good chance of winning. But then I was also cautious about the margin and also votes at Minyama John Mahama. Eventually, I also won by about 9,000 votes.
Oh, difference, no?
Yeah, difference.
9,000?
Yeah, about 9,000.
Wow. And JM and so
JM went up to about 15,000.
Difference, no? Between one and another.
Yes. I think
15,000. Hey.
You know, one of the exceptional constituencies.
Yeah.
Because 2016, my opponent, he had no resources. Let's face it. By this time, my opponent had 2 pickups, brand new ones, and he had some money. I mean, I think some people spent a lot. Just that. We also work hard.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happened. But eventually, we won. I mean, there will be us in that constituency.
And where your second term?
My second term. My second term.
You know, that comes as a surprise to me. Because when the time I visit, wow, yeah. Wow. And to congrats. I mean, the people of Yape Kosogo should be proud of having somebody like you represent them in Parliament. But fast forward to my inauguration in Parliament. When your videos need be share, the course of Parliament. We are proud of what you saw.
I think what happened is even a week before you have a call for inauguration. Now you take your decision. So we are all for Bagbin.
Okay.
Flag bearer had agreed.
On
the minority caucus then we had agreed. I'd even gone to a step say pay change of leadership.
Okay.
Maintaining Haruna Nini leadership because we have confidence in them. Right from day one, we're clear in our minds where we're going. We had also picked intelligence MPP na division kakrawo. Yenyanti Freddy Blay Epe.
Yes.
Na ABC Papa also ankoma. ABC Doche.
Ayikweo 2.
ABC Ayikweo 2. Ebi also say Michael Kwe.
Yeah.
And on the floor, most people were canvassing for all these parties. So what we realized already, I say, Omo enkopenkro. We saw that there was an opportunity to begin to work on them. And Jessica, we can't have money more than MPP. We had a team almost working across the aisle because we needed just one vote.
Yeah.
And it was tilted to our favor. Back when so why Juma wo. Eventually you say you okay neighbor. Then you so okay was stepping on some toes. In fact with CSHM so no aka say even at the hotel ebi mo ka kire so mo ntoma no. Until right from the beginning we knew that we had a very good chance. Now, before we went to Parliament, we had a meeting. A chunk of the people were taken to Marriott. And at Yanka Crab, we had to do some work. The first was to secure our seat. Because Clark nature, because of the hung nature of the Parliament, what should I say, will be a funny seat.
Okay.
He that no better minority, majority. But this time Clark couldn't because there was no majority, there was no minority. You contem. You must be 3 in the afternoon.
We are 3.
We are 3. Near Tiakunyano so. Tiatina wa manebo 8. And young Crawford on the bus. By one by near so Makunyani. Momatrasi. It was for strategic reasons. All these things you go into it with strategy. The first one I see
now 3 now call and JJ na NPP for name far or name tax emo.
No, yeah, who name tax?
Where who name tax? 8 p.m. now the rest of your colleagues buy no name tax emo.
No, my who name tax. Me my who name tax. I didn't see name tax. The first show no na Osla there no.
Yeah.
Okoji avoka kunya. The confusion kakra by. Na name one Jinapor. I was surprised by Michiano. I mean, he demonstrated maturity that day. Only Katie Hamo. Never stress again, Jaro. But we picked some intelligence on the ground from MPP4 side. And they said, you insisted, say you vote to in accordance with Article 104 of the Constitution. I see by secret ballot. You win it. We got that intelligence there.
From MPP
from MPP side. So you insisting us a secret ballot, we would win the day. Moreover, it's a constitutional provision. Secret ballot. The engineer needs a secret ballot. A secret ballot. You cannot go and vote and be showing it to people. On 3 different occasions, Muntaka resisted it. And you saw it. We got 2 no, they are training. And yesterday, we would ensure that you be defend the constitution. Now we have 2 options. Either say you allow the breach of the constitution. Eventually that means okay will win. Na wako court another day. Or you insist there, said no. If the right thing is not done, if the constitution is not followed up, then you abano. That was the whole bro. That's the cause of your protestation. This is the cause.
Emma MPP for ni
Constitution also.
Ballot concept.
That's all. That's the truth. And everybody can attest to the fact.
But many are not on predi in common. And he made the point, say, that position you took was for the want of a better word, hypocritical. Because in the house, anytime a voting, when an internet 3-line whip system, say, what the better? Because I say whip system, no, why
he's completely wrong. I think that he should learn his work quickly. Look, anytime I hear 3-line whip, you're the ballot box, voting booth ever. Do we do that? You're the voting booth. Obi.
Yes.
Voting booth, and what's the essence of it?
To make sure
to provide the secrecy.
Secret, yes.
That's it. Then why did they bring voting booth? Booth na unko ha shema oto aba no. Edi engineer deba. Eye 3-line whip, ya deba ho. This even tells me that he's failing already. Who went to me and police in the 137 pe. That's all he needed to do. Was to convince them. You didn't need to force them. Say you know we should discourage it. And yet,
but more on the NDC side, my bida.
No, when the constitution, this one is clear. Constitution, not single out speaker. Say, oh, ye speaker, a secret ballot. Other ones, there's a constitution in country.
Okay.
And what kind of comparison is he making? And we took a position, say, look, if you won't do what is right, if you wouldn't go by the provisions of a constitution, and the Yamabano, Emaso. Because also knew say we also had an upper hand. It did not end. I'm not, in fact, and Yamano, it boiled over. In fact, my question video grams, is that how far we went? Yeah. This will happen, but eventually, we have vindicated. You insisted, say, you to by secret ballot.
Yes.
2 of their people joined us and voted for Bagbin, which means, say, Senka yetete die, and your cast and Yashia, and the from bed, quiet. That's what happened. Following the event,
yes.
A lot of people have had a lot of commentary on it. And no crowd na meet Christian Council.
Yeah, Christian Council statement na me kan yan.
Me am a Christian.
Yes.
You know, it is what taking action be in defense of the constitution.
Yes.
Na wako sorry na so for say ni oye ni David and no nya na pachawa. I don't know. And you know, even though we thought say we're doing the right thing, I realized the Christian Council actually said no, I think we went overboard. Their job ever more. Na their job as well Ghana for.
Okay.
That's normally not the case on the floor. I mean, when say that aggressive on the floor. Just that we had a real course of action and we needed to defend the process. And you know, their job or doing say our actions went overboard. We are human. We can't be 100% right in this world. But a learning process. I just have one recommendation.
Yeah.
Immediately, I think we should have a regulation on the election of a speaker. Constitution can't say a can too. But sometimes you need regulation in order to put meat on that skeleton. And I think so following this incident, we should get proper regulation
on the election of a speaker.
Maybe we have to invite a electoral commission.
Now, conduct elections.
Yes, independent people, so that a bear need. Because I realize
that's a way more easy. The clerk, and the clerk is to all intents and purposes independent.
But he lost control because first of all, I said no of the that was his first comment. It's on
the floor.
On the floor. I say and serving. Then he came back and said, so you're serving. To all recognize it as enough. Then he said again, so obe recognizing. So power me to or permanent to. I don't know any discretion. When you do that, you are losing control.
But the coordinated attacks on him, because Oteo and JJ, imagine yourself in his shoes. Now MPs from all angles, way the chief whip, way back, you'll be confused.
No, they were advocating. And that's the essence of Parliament. You advocate, you get up, you rise up, you make your point, you sit down. At the end of the day, and then you shouldn't be the clerk. And Tina make us all these things, we need regulations on that. So that it will guide us. Because one of the security for also called ballot box, Eka said, according to him, almost was who you taser said,
Yeah. I think I saw
it. But you are likely to come to conclusion, say, what the BB ballot box name. And then the day last pension buy na.
They are more frugal state.
Make cry the ocean video na me actually. Then white. So I saw somebody in black. I did taser. Russia coming down before so I held him and pulled him back.
On our chain,
I think I overestimated his weight. Me training or a light kakra. It threw him off. But my company chokra. In fact, later I don't know train me go to me to form. Then I'm saying be before no back never na me train. And also no I know. They were argued for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
And I'm sure I didn't know say me. I think it's in the heat of it. The Miyama kon hokra akopani. Then the ballot box.
Okay.
Actually it was a heated environment and tempers had fled up. But I saw somebody rushing from the opposite side.
Okay.
MPP side towards the box. I had a view say maybe of a fab box or something. So I kicked it. But I think it's just the melee and but our point was simple. Look, let's do what the Constitution says.
And Uka say producer the video, at least it makes it clear now. Obiet me follow in some JJ Air Card say Utie was Sempa FM. I go Facebook as Sempa 94.7 FM. Yeah, in Facebook page you would see the video being played back on your screens. Now who said yeah, Neoma AC Echo yeah. But JJ, no yes, what I say maybe because of the exigencies of the times and how are not akoma kosro ene adeno, but ebiaka said we could have avoided the sanka because eventually unse leadership echo into conclave.
That's right.
And no could take decisions be mobile and afi nioma echo jojo adena man triggers.
You're right. You've made a very fantastic point. I thought that the clerk should have met both sides even before the process. Absolutely. You've made a very fantastic point. That should have been the case.
Yes.
Yeah, but tuaba Send your bayano. Yamfam fahin. Say. Even a sin of the no.
Your bayan is saying.
Your bayan is saying. San your mano. So but bedroom. I can say was settle a bedding.
Yeah.
Especially when there's 137. And especially when we know from one side. Says some insist to say young follow constitution no. Young two secret ballot and where we near. Certainly you can imagine say we would insist on the right thing being done. But like you are saying, the clerk should have had a conclave with both sides.
Yeah.
They would iron out whatever has to be done. Then our various leaders would then come and brief us. So this is the decision we have taken. Let's move on. But like we've always said, the unexamined life is not worth living. Then I think we all learn from the experience that you had that day. Now we should never have a situation like this again. But you say another breaker say whether by hook.
Yeah, also on Friday they are coming to take their rightful place in the chamber and not yet the right side of the speaker. Baby amoko kwajetna no.
No, it's by hook.
Yeah, by hook or crook.
Or crook.
Through any legitimate means. Ombeje.
Sir, I hear the leader Nyombeshia, a speaker.
Yeah, speaker Nyomushia enne.
Yeah. I'm sure that will be iron out there. But I don't know he can't take that side by hook or by crook.
Na say enyamo side ana.
Na one side.
Say no chire mu say your momo side. They have the majority. Oh, some minimum taka the interview.
Honestly. No, but I'm saying that he can't take that side by hook or by crook. He can only take that side by legitimate and lawful means. So I mean that this I may buy. A to a by minua. And engaging a constitution is a secret ballot. You want to secret ballot. And within 1 hour, your pon, your cock. This issue say, what to a fabe Ebikura decided that they won't use the boots.
Yes.
You watch the video.
Yes.
They won't even use the boots. Or marking all the channel for not the court. We can't allow that. You know, even as you move your patch or no, I think that we should learn from these issues and learn to do the right thing.
Christian Council said they will recommend more parties no should take action or more punish more.
Well, I've heard the General Secretary say was my national honors.
General Secretary, no?
Yeah,
so,
MPP.
Yeah, Mama Basumum.
I was say you defend the constitution, no. Na was Yamoya Baso. I think say Asofo no say Omiya Asofo. I don't want to say anything that will go against Asofo. I thought say Asofo the more ka say more anye ni yemo mpacho ananka siwa. But almost every too much. Na political kakra, but that's their opinion. Yes, let's allow.
But the other thing, so they say we share the because from what I saw, me who said the voting screen booth was dismantled. And it is a stretch here and yet distraction to public property, for which reason you could be taken on.
There's a law for that, so follow that law. There's a law. The ones you are saying this, then there's a law. You can't take somebody on in vacuum. You take somebody on based on law. The box was already on the floor. And I remember,
yes,
it wasn't standing on the table. People had dismantled it and dislodged
a ballot box. No?
Yes. People had dislodged it even before I got there. It wasn't on the table. Initially, no table, no so. No camera, it was on the floor. It was lying on the floor. But like I said, if you think anybody has infringed on any law, aspects of the law, you're entitled to use that law. Another one, yes, soldier for number.
And then my next question, would you say, the C and our wajiatum say a co overboard, no? It justify soldier for never honor.
How does it? By the know to me.
So after that, that's a money na moye.
You move through. We use civil processes to get them off. And I told Punamani, so look,
Punamani, on no lead you on by. Okay.
I think catch and say, look, my brother, what you are doing is tantamount to abusing the constitution. You have no business come here. In any case, who brought you here?
And Punamani in the Canada or somewhere in the mobile.
Oh no, sure, Minyedin. In fact, but I could be next on your kubi. Make one of catch and say, look, someone free here. Yan Tiase. I know Kami Kuromukasa. So, I dem nim nana.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I like. But eventually they left. They had no business coming there. In fact, MPs were not fighting. No. At that point, we were checking here. Yeah. The whole thing was about the ballot.
Yeah.
We didn't go to attacking the MPP person. Anyway, we don't have anything to fight over. The whole thing was that someone follow constitution in the
yeah, makwai
mamu embusun to abano. Because that's also illegal. Even though, like I said, we also went quite high. You know? Our point was simple. And that's the bottom line of the whole issue. There's a constitutional provision. Let's follow it. We had a choice. We could have allowed the process to go through like that against the constitution. I mean, the same thing. Your prayer.
Now, some Michael Winnie and Yaboni and I Yaboni.
No, but he would have gone through an illegal process. Or we knew we are having a quarter now. And I even
provision be any more standing orders.
Standing orders near clear. Even the standing orders state say we should vote for the speaker through secret balloting.
In line with the constitution.
In line with the constitution. Both standing orders and the constitution. Intinia another umbrella shape. Any different. Ebia two about ministers. Yes, we should vote.
Yeah.
Now you order the trail line whip. Trail line whip is accepted in Parliament. But there was not even, we hadn't even constituted the House. And I own the mission. Where MPs elect.
Yeah.
Intino, Ghana no, I see a democracy in a kakra. Under normal circumstances, Kese ni pabe 10 kurati me file for speakership. Ni ese sama ni ebi ni epe. UK sa no mo ye. Ye hana na executive no so much power.
So much power.
Until always president decide here when the be speaker, when the be say. I think the yes some kakra. Look, we should be able to get a neutral speaker.
I know beyond
no neutral. I be kura unbelonging to any of the political sides. An accomplished statesman be a GDC about both sides of the house. We should be able to do that. It will help this country because politics need too much. But this time no. Parliament be the
the 8th Parliament.
Oh yes.
I remember so I share into the 8th Parliament. But before that, no, so we share soldier for na a bar hono. Because sitting here and Obia was political science kakrani we would know say it is a really serious thing, you know, for the military. Because as a country, you know, say yeah there in pushing back the military
intervention, yeah.
And no bar the typical Ghanaian society, no. Unshada who soldier force are kept in the barracks, outskirts of the town, and all of that. And we've done well. Say you won't be saying, and I remember Enrana may share CNN, and the man in charge of security, I think in Congress, was being interviewed, and question the course okay nti adentina protesters ni ru ahona nioma ye gidegide no one ma soldier for na anya the arm, and he said something say the optics na on pese signals say be caught to the rest of the world about the US. Yeah. Say yakwa kodu level military invading Congress. I mean that's like something they could not imagine. And sees, I mean, share that groundswell of, you know, ways and no, this shouldn't have happened. How far are you willing to go as Parliament with the EC? You know?
I know that the soldiers didn't come on their own. They won't do that.
Now, some standing orders near clear on who can invite
that
security
into
the chamber.
They can do that.
Okay.
Even the police. When this man or this on the leader forces police for no.
Kwesi okay.
When he entered, we pushed him back. Because on the floor of Parliament, obedient women apart from MPs and the ministers. When you enter the floor of Parliament, you are a stranger. But the marshal can decide, say, maybe staff strength, no. Eddie, you know, here police. Not the military. The military have no business. And look at how they entered with a 20 Look, what was happening in Parliament? Apart from the ballot box away, Edia Tua, Yankano Crepa. Did we reach level be a yoku? And you did it.
Now, sir, there were, and I've spoken to some people on the NPP side, and they make the point, and if you say, I'm not a kind, sir, some of the side comments are free momo side. Hey, mojabe good form, and dear, man, you way you be cool, be waha, and all of that. Says our commentary.
No, let me be he's dramatizing issues. When you be in Parliament, when you be look, Parliament it comes from the word parler.
Talk.
And Parliament no. Ultimate jaw no mzeni ope. That is Parliament. Inti ni oka na enye no kre. But the military to come and do what? That's the question. Say to help them say mumbumra no so. Was that the essence why you were bringing the military?
To restore sanity. And
so
some have said, say, at the time, there was no Speaker of Parliament. The Chief Justice who was to take charge had left. We had no president. We had no members of Parliament. Ain't he? I mean, the only people to come and take charge.
You bring a contingent of a Kenya. Not the Chief of Defense Staff. No, the Chief of Defense Staff should have come and taken over. Omnes won't be taking over. Say, there's vacuum. There's vacuum. And I'm a boy. That's what someone say.
Yeah.
So there was vacuum.
Yeah.
So you
pick, confusion. So
you pick Castle soldiers to come and take charge. And as a coup d'etat, no. Let's face it. The military had no business coming there.
In Parliament.
I mean, no credit. And the Christian Council,
yeah.
Yes, you. Penny for. A person or minor quenim. Sometimes we have been because 1 year, no idea to me. Then you make progress. So therefore, no buy no in Chakwaimu. And we should desist from doing that. We should never do that again.
Interested, say, finding out what actually happened.
I'm sure leadership will take all this up. Parliament, it works more with leadership.
Okay.
And they say, I'm sure say just sitting arrangement. If your committees, even you see, they would discuss it, and they would look at it. Carlos, all of them, I'm sure, will be discussed. But I think, sir, we should never do what we did with the military, marching with guns. Hooded helmets, and we had to stand our ground. So if somebody was trigger happy, and yes, you could push it because yes, you push you.
Yeah.
Oh, one more push you, and you push you. I must be frank with you. We were pushing each other. You know, pa. And I can't maybe 3 days. Me free. Me quite me yare den. Oh, no, to be frank, pushing pa senior nipa because let's face it, uniform ya more. Say you can't say you push your home on the normal day. A lot of them will not make it.
But I say what prove beyond reasonable doubt. So who are you?
No.
How I saw my son him tone on the day.
My defensive tactics. My short taekwondo.
Oh, okay.
I'm trained. Trained.
No wonder.
I'm trained.
No wonder.
And you are taught how to defend and how to assault.
Yeah.
That was just a defensive move. If you are assaulting somebody, it's different. You know where to go for. But defense, you pull him back.
Because make sure the speed and the finesse I would have changed quite.
And agility.
It was too much. Anyways, in Tiafeno, we would look into the 8th Parliament because a Parliament have been say very, very, very interesting. Looking at our shape up now. Number one, the election of the Speaker, Right Honorable Alban Bagbin. For more as NDC, how critical is Bagbin our baby Speaker? No, for more.
Oh, it's a blessing. I have not been happy with Michael Quay because he doesn't allow debate.
Michael Quay?
Yes, he tries to cut it too much.
Obi our colleague, former MP for Kumbungu, say ope speakers are more reformist pa. You would name Michael Quay for the first time in our history where Timmy oversee a private member's bill. That has never happened before. I haven't said
why a private member see debate. He doesn't encourage extensive debate. Always I had Osha Obias open them. No, I'm telling you. You talk to some of the MPs off record. Means that we hear a lot of contacts.
Yeah.
And ask them whether Michael Quay encourages debate on the floor. He's always anxious to truncate debate. I'm being frank with you. Bagbin encourages extensive debate. Ebimuzwa Kasaya Bagbin Kasa.
Okay.
But Obianen style. I'm sure that we'll all learn from each other. But I think, sir, he's a very experienced man. He's been minority leader, majority leader, minister, back to majority leader, 3 wise men, deputy speaker, currently speaker. You can't get that record.
A much more experienced person.
And the good thing too is that for the first time, the speaker is not from the presidency.
Yeah.
And that's the essence of parliament. Our duty is to check the executive. That's our duty. Other than that, why do we go to parliament? Our duty is to ensure that the executive does a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that Bagbin won. MPP only be 2 man.
That's true.
That's true. So that should tell you something. So either say they believe in Bagbin or they have a problem with their own party. That's the bottom line. And truly, they would have a problem with their own party. And then we are going to vote again. Kombe Lusu more.
Almost signed to a
bank MPP more because it had emboldened some people. And we know what we're talking about. It had emboldened some people. Back in the end of the day, it's a blessing. Moreover, now we have 137, include then the independent. President Akufo-Addo is going to take his ministers from parliament.
50% from parliament.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So even if he chooses 80 ministers, minimum 40 from parliament. Minimum 40.
Yeah.
Deputies will also come from parliament. Some. Into one shot, quarter, about 70 of them from parliament. Which means about more than half of the current crop of MPs now will be made ministers.
The editor is for ministers, deputies, regional ministers, the president decides to be nipa 80 total.
Well, so let's even assume 45
from
parliament.
45 from parliament.
That's a big drop. One person pay. Even on the day that Joe Wise sits in the chair.
Yeah.
Ateka. Tabag ni ho.
Yeah, na Joe Wise. Say ultimate vote.
Ateka. Yeah. And you are almost always not going to get all the MPs on the floor. It doesn't happen. Minister Bakube Tukwa, Defense Minister Bakwa, Foreign Minister, the Foreign Minister there, virtually so Tukwa. We are compelled to build consensus. Now, what I heard the last parliament, a near man a generative controversy. I remember Mary, I stood up, became a big issue. The minister even lost the job. PDS, I stood up. No, I think PDS, Mary. Yeah. PDS became a big issue. Ejapa, it became a big, and a lot of the big ones came from my side.
Yeah.
And America I met the minister at the coffee shop. And I said, Minister, figures Nancy and you, Mashe. And also, when this is for the Munyani Amokekano. Yeah, I'm telling you, before God, that morning, I told him, Minister, figures in Ziziani, and also when this is for. And when he came to the committee and we started putting the chairman then, Ezibe, we had no choice. After Ezibe said, no, where the idea, on bring a meeting to a conclusion. He's rather adjourning. Eventually, the minister had to resign. About 95% of Ndiamano generated controversy and created problems. But Bakum, minorities say no way and yet eventually you see the embarrassment Ekosiisen. I believe that we would build more consensus. And I also believe that this time vetting ministers and about
Ebema committee members.
Yes, because even with your 130,
you are not on the vetting committee.
Yes, I don't think I'll be there. Apply. And I've applied for only 2 committees.
Why apply we that?
But it's left for the chief whip to decide. I've just applied
Mines and Energy and finance.
Seminya.
Yeah.
I would love to be there again. But it's subject to the discretion of leadership. Only be determined. But that's where I think my strengths are. Finance,
any minds and energy.
Any energy. You know, say, Oko misbehave adverting. And don't forget, say, Uncle Hope be drop it. So any of us say 80. Certainly, we be coffee.
Yeah.
MPs be coffee.
Yeah.
Now, you say, can for that finance minister. You be more sinche. We are go for the office in Tia Mo and Amboa. Now, Sabbath, you know, be dry. Near the Oko floors here vote to her. And one say MPP neighbor was warrior and don't remember. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not a matter. As I'm the Nazam call. The parliament bed.
But say it was see more consensus, no. From on them on the NDC side, no. You see how come minority majority and actually, but from on the NDC side, no, more prepared to allow government business to run. And I say because sometimes you can get unnecessarily, destructive.
That's true. I think that we should uphold that. Let's put the country first. Say, yeah, never Ukraine may meet me win election. But you're going to say, yes,
yeah.
It's a Ghana for so. They're observing us. At least we moved from, I think, 106 maybe.
106, yes. Yeah, to 137.
And then, crowds wouldn't become majority. Yeah, dear. We are not happy with some of the results, especially Techiman. And that's even what emboldened us to insist that the right thing be done at Parliament. And, you know, we wouldn't be overly destructive. I don't think that will help us. But you better insist that the right thing should be done. So, my year, Skabebo, my name. I can try to be a deal. My constituents, a life, a improve here. Omo me hami bebre. You to by you say, me go show me treat your account, but demands are eba. It's not easy. Until now, let me assure you, we'll put Ghana first. I just hope, sir, the executive and the MPP would also realize, this is the decision of Ghanaians. And the people of Ghana cannot be wrong. They cannot be wrong. That's what they want. They are sending one simple message to us. Let's do as the people please.
Now we can say Parliament, Majuma fundamentally say you check the executive. And to say yenya speaker will fee the opposition eboa. Is that really the case? Speaker no power no it drew her. And more members on the floor.
No, it drew because
what would the speaker do?
We had instances. Haruna wanted a vote. The speaker decides that he will take a voice vote.
Okay.
Now, when you do that, the only way you can challenge the speaker is to come by motion. Motion has to be accepted by the speaker.
Okay.
So,
and or your voice voting. So I the yes.
No. Even when the nose says no,
the eyes have.
And
the eyes. And decided so a final.
And that is it. Yes. And there's been instances that Haruna debate say, look, this matter is a serious matter. Give us 4 people each. And the speaker insisted there be only 2 and now 1. And the speaker also has a sway. Don't underestimate. And even when to put a vote, make I be now system now shit. And you see speaker, okay, my own vote to speaker here MB before no one knows. No knows who postpone the vote. What to vote national? Oh, one of these controversial ones, even. You guys want to vote national because no one had the right. You voted that day before the Belusu. And the speaker, and also, and even just the persona. It's a bag in Tiakunyam. That alone sends a signal. And when him standing on destiny from A to Z in his head, could you standing on destiny without referring to them? You know, Obaboye, let's give him the needed support. Don't also forget, we're in court. We're in court. I say, we don't consider President Kufuor's presidency to be legitimate.
Yes.
It's our democratic right. Yankaza and Nintino, you could tune every officer. You see, you court. na you follow due process. It's also the beauty of democracy. You know, na you maybe a court case, you know. And
also but say because so follow social media commentary, especially from NDC communicators, this explosion of joy. Say yes, yenya Bagman, yenya speaker. It's as if say there is this kind of moral victory before for you.
No, not just that. Not just that. You know, it may be right or wrong. NDC for be preface yes, and that your court your justice is subjective, but that is the inherent feeling within us. You know, it's not just the election of Bagino, but even the fact that we stood our ground that day, albeit the excesses that you saw. No, all they are saying is that MPs, no, my idea, papa. And that senka mo enjina amfa mo na yensi forma nka we so ombetria fire so. Other than that, the election of Bagwin as a speaker, it doesn't give us power. The ultimate is the power.
Yeah.
We want to be in government, but at least that was a silver lining. I got so many calls from I don't know how people got my number. So you didn't say me brace my idea. But like Christian cancer kind, sometimes I also look back and say, and you know, a Kenya party, no, there's no doubt about that. It sent a very positive signal to the party. It only tells me one thing: say, elections are won at the polling station.
At the polling station.
Senka yatiti die, and then come here vote and show. Give it for your call. And I tell you, Obi, you didn't mean you be. Sankai omotifa ya kwa no mutuma okwe true vote and show ye in flagrant disregard to the constitution. We couldn't have done anything. No.
But say vote and show ne koswa and kombe wini because of the numbers. And why then do you doubt someone a majority?
Which
because
numbers?
More numbers the same.
One.
And yet the NPP.
They have wanted to say we are 137.
No, but some more independent who has decided to do business with them.
At that time, no, we weren't even members of parliament. So how do you talk about majority?
No, see, I mean, can't now.
No, let's leave that to Speaker and his team.
Okay.
I think they are competent enough to handle.
But decision on what you are prepared to go.
Oh, leadership takes a decision. Now, look, leadership. The national who in the commander in chief, Montaga. And the church said, Momentania, Mama Hanya Boko, Hannah from D.
Say, and as part of leadership discussions, no, say, Nyoma is see what Parliament up as a subject for discussion. No, we now resolve. Say, okay, you share video, no, you who assume see or bentain, say, where you say, Parliament internally, yen chance for Nasua.
Obejiatu. Maybe I believe in my leadership. Omakasa men patcher cry, you patcher. Already cry patcher.
Yeah.
Na niaka. Edebio. Near leadership, I can imagine. I'm not the one who is going to go against leadership. I won't do that. So yes, I ubo ekuno.
Yeah.
Me am NDC. True. And sometimes NDC is family more. It's me pushing me near my people. And you know, near leadership, I can imagine. No, take it from me. I'm not going to argue with them. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
NDC in Tinia, that's NDC for say. And you know, I'll go baby atra. That's all. Any problem, cry.
The other thing, I mean, because me kaisa one time over studio ma yedin komo and unia ketwa hunsem ebemo for Damongo constituency. You would miss Mutawakilo, meboa.
Oh, certainly. The great one.
But as a surprise to you, say Ote say Abu Ewini.
Not really. Let me be frank with you. At a point in time, no, I could sense that he was making inroads. We are adjacent. I could sense it.
Two constituencies in the Bohon.
Yes, I lost one polling station, which is adjacent to him.
Okay.
Oh no, last time you could jokra.
Okay.
Maybe last time, mile 5.
Okay.
You know, me call that town, no. Listen, And I'll get it down. I think I missed it a bit. And I'm so on to Abanamame. And I'm saying, I'm so about to record dance.
Ekosiisen
I'm a Kojo
FM.
I'm a Anajubia Fridays. One more guess, no? Echo.
Oh,
Echo Star Kojo Kuro. Into Kojo Kuro for an edge.
I'm girls a few months.
International to record dance. I'm on to Abanamame. And I'm saying, but Yamamu school.
Yes.
My brother electricity. Yamu Kwayamamu. Tina Muhu in a record dance. And I'm the Quina Yayan and no crama Quina is smooth. A man for basketball, no call. That was a major issue.
Yeah.
Till last day. And I'm a tour record dance now.
Record dance near then.
Dance jams, and I can say music system.
Oh, okay. Sound system.
Sound system. Yeah. Sound system.
Yeah.
The Ekodru hold it. Ekodru no baby at 20 years already.
Oh.
But me talk but I lost that
polling station.
You know, I think he really worked, and I honor and so to say me.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a grip on it, and let's face it, he had resources, a lot of developmental projects. I was even suffering at my area because
they compare.
Yes, and I tried to explain to them, say, look, I buy more. Tell me what buy more. When you know me, mama say almost all my time. NDC and we know cry me and me almost president. They are lost quite a few
polling stations,
but fortunately, some polling stations also powered me up. It virtually cancelled out. It's a tight race. I mean, it was a very, very tight race because Montakulo is not a pushover.
Yeah,
he's been MP 2 terms. He's also solid on the ground. But I think one of the problems in the constituency is the unity among the NDC for.
NDC for united.
No, they are not.
Oh,
and no more they can attest to that. They are not. If you come to my constituency, there's real unity. I mean, from all levels.
Angles.
Yes, and people sacrifice for me. I'm shocked there. But on the day of elections, Uncle for your contribution 6,000 cedis. And I'm going to I'm
a polling agent.
So I also went to my father and I'm in entry.
Wow.
And I'm in entry in the car. Jomuku entry, no. It you chan no. Epe car. Jomufa think I'm on 2 bulls as a 3 bulls. Nom this car to so nom the namna car, nom the akoma police station chairman. Some of you know the animal police agents, no.
Wow.
So that they don't wake up, they don't get up. Then Yaya, very hardworking election director. Who says some areas, no, police agents were not educated. The police station consists of people be as police agent. Because I think we're giving is 100 or 200 to and I'm topic Accra.
Yeah.
So he then said that there's a provision for counting agents. I didn't even affected my mind.
What do you call it?
The police agents no they know your free honey, but if they do counting the counting agent would then go and take over from the police agent. He being educated, no. Now it's me at church. And by 10, no, I'd gotten all my results.
Results in Jinapor.
And before the end of the day, all the pink sheets, both presidential and parliamentary, I had it. And by 10 o'clock, I knew I had one. I knew I had one. So I was rather calling and checking on the presidential.
Okay.
To see
okay. Into a bar is higher. True, about you, One bra moving. You called him, and I was not frail. To congratulate him?
I think what happened? I think I was with my father.
Okay.
Send me my father.
Yeah.
And my friend Damango. Okay. We all grew up in Damango.
Okay.
So I think he called my father.
Okay.
I know catch my father, so he win.
Ekosiisen on
my father said, no, so they were results neighbor no. Some polling stations were there, strong NDC. No. He's not just close the gap, he's opened the gap.
Okay.
So I picked the phone from my father and I said, no, send him to. That's good. Congratulations if you are winning. And that was it.
Okay. Okay. India abane mumi enu nyama boma kofie. Like mu nyama ko bopiako.
No, I wouldn't even my.
Okay.
1st January, I spent New Year with my dad in Bope. On New Year be our party. We were all at the party.
Yeah.
But I went to me I think Nana Bidia too was marrying or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oba. Since then, no, Ntimi my. But Mimi Kobope, and I think next week I'll be going again.
Okay.
But you share our parliament.
Yeah,
I met him
yeah,
at Parliament.
yeah. But your dad should be a proud man.
Yeah, he should be. He's done well. He's done very well.
Yeah, yeah.
He's done well.
So, the mommy, you know, on the ticket of the two leading political parties, you should be the first brothers in Parliament at the same time. And
Yes. Mabisa, I don't think it's ever happened.
okay.
I've checked.
Okay.
It's never happened. I've checked.
That's quite historic.
Two brothers, same mother, same father, different political parties,
Yeah.
entering
Ekosiisen
Parliament.
Parliament at the same
Asempa
time.
I'm catching them in senior. We could
Yeah, yeah. And interestingly, my constituencies were different regions, right?
David.
Oh, Muina Savannah.
Savannah.
Okay.
Savannah.
Okay. And I was saying Savannah, no. See, I had 3-4.
Yes.
I'm more 3 and I'm more
Yes.
4 in Savannah.
They won
Daboya
the Boya.
and Damongo.
They won
and
Salaga North.
Salaga North, yes.
And then we took Salaga South.
Okay.
I went to Salaga South to help the candidate. I went to Kintampo North
Okay.
to help the candidate.
Okay.
I wish I had gone to some other, but I was tied up. I was very tight.
Yes, and
I
I was
mean,
also share
five towns there, man, to me, uncle. Papa.
Oh, in your constituency?
Because I have about 170 something polling stations and over 222 communities.
Communities.
Yeah.
Obi expect say obeba
Yes,
no.
and one ma omontiase. You know,
Wow.
I was tight.
It was tight.
I was tight.
But generally, because I will share across the north, NPP edge 13 seat and a yamomodia. The NPP's inroad to one making the north, no, a commendable, no.
Asempa FM.
Now,
At
if
least
you-
with
if you say
Baumia
north,
leading.
if you say north, what is north? Because
Says here were 5
in Upper West, we
regions.
took everything. We took everything.
Okay,
in
so
Upper
maybe northern
in
regions
Upper East,
Sisiana
we
or Chim.
opened it up. In Savannah, we took one. They took 3.
They took 3. In northern
In Northern 99, where Baumia did well is his home region.
northeast.
Northeast. Also, yes, where we need to.
Yes.
So,
But he's gotten a whole region for the NPP, which hitherto was not the case. And
I've checked the results. The margin is just like this. I've checked. I have it here. Open maybe.
it's
But that's his region. He's a vice president, sitting vice president. It's not easy. It's not easy, Minia. Sitting vice president. Northeast, Nikrum.
Asempa FM.
Wale.
Yes, it's not easy. Let's face it. It's not easy.
But your flag bearer is also from
Savannah.
right?
Yes.
And in Savannah, no MPP for Abeji 3 seats, which was
Yes,
not the case.
yes, and I'm saying we took one. If you take Abu's one, Abu koba mikro constituency koba hame. Because me nim no ye. Koba ha ebi ango we ni wo.
Yeah,
But
but
koba hame. Guy no we display
Ekosiisen
kakra.
on Asempa FM.
Koba hame. Obia okon ho bia oba ha no. Let's face it. Oba ha no. Salaga North and then one kakra. And no, if we had concentrated a little bit there, would have retained it.
More retaining.
Because Mama won. So any deal, we shouldn't have lost it. And I regret it. But if he had sent SOS to us, say, look, Mama Boamia, would have all moved in there. But first now, Budin Namno.
Yeah, because Osha young guys no more failed there. Monti Abu, Osha Muhammad Amin, Osha
Hassan
Tampuri, and Osha Yabaga
National Service guy.
National Service guy, no. Yusuf,
They
Mustafa
are strong
Yusuf.
guys. They are strong guys.
And don't they present that new, into say Basa say MPPA make inroads in the north. I name say yeah, more strongholds now. Now say young guys way about say they all can with resources or more team about beje seats are ne kramwa. It is also mion. Oshe Tolon, this has they've not even dreamt of winning before. No more team be winning and presenting.
No, they had Tolon before.
Okay, they've had Tolon. It's Mion they've not won before.
They had Tolong and then retain it with this new guy.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
Abu
FM.
won.
And you be was say bomu. Say more
No, we must
stronghold na
re-strategize.
Yeah.
We must re-strategize and come to the conclusion, say, even this issue of stronghold.
Yeah,
If Amebu can win Hoy,
yeah.
if Abu can win Damango,
Damongo.
and if Teresa Wuni
Every
win-
your friend is saying Okaikwe North.
Yes, and some other areas are yes, you're winning. Yeah, I should tell you, sir, it's a stronghold, no. What we have to do is to re-strategize. What we have to do is to keep improving. Give the young ones opportunity.
I've just been told, say, Upper West, 8-3.
No, but I'm saying that we opened the gap.
Okay.
We took it from Cabo again.
Cabo, Laura.
Yeah. So it's not that we took it back. Dr. Giselle.
Okay.
He took Wa back.
And I'm Navrongo.
Yes.
Navrongo Central.
Navrongo.
Yeah.
We took Navrongo. So
they won Navrongo. Oh,
that's Upper East.
Okay,
we won.
Okay.
A woman, no.
Yeah, woman.
Tongo Bas. Yeah. So na Ada.
And Ada contested primaries. Ada
Nusu. Yeah. So for instance, Daboya, we have some serious internal challenges.
On Asempa FM.
Very serious one. And so we lost Daboya. I'm sure the MPP force will do their own assessment and they say, well, but that's the beauty of politics.
Yeah.
But like you said, no, we should get our best foot forward. Let's try and give of our best.
Baba, you know, so what's human resource, especially from where you are from. In the end, JJ decided say, "If you are on Kobio, is there another solid person to step into your shoes?"
We should nurture
people.
What's
our human resource? No?
I hope so. We'll nurture people. It's not easy. But when we have some sharp guys, it's quite expensive now to do politics in Ghana. And yeah, easy. It's expensive. In which they prepare this election. I mean, really. Because why would I go?
Yeah.
They are in power. So let's face it, the advantage of incumbency is a big one. You know, that's how. Other than that, 2016, it's about me and region. Never heard that. But he couldn't win those ones. So, and you see, I've realized something.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Until you concentrate on Northeast.
Yeah.
You win Northeast, East. But you lose Upper East, you lose Upper West. And you lose some other regions.
Yeah.
Now balance it up. Until, you know, all in all, no. But I think we have a very bright future. I'm hoping that we'll win this Supreme Court case. Yes.
Okay.
I'm hoping we'll win. Notwithstanding, this party has a bright future.
Sebase Supreme Court ruling going into 2024, and then Rami Busa Muntaka that question. And he made the point, Sebase Supreme Court ruling he believes that if John Mahama decides say or sign Babiwa, because if party for free say okay, ade we a victory and I will be a shime free and some Supreme Court aka say okay, or mo shime free and some never ni. It will be unfair to John Mahama so person sign Babiwa mobe sin the kwan some manema. Do you share that opinion?
One guy somebody I admire so much. I don't know. And I always tell him, say leader. We had not gotten you because look at Parliament. Now 106 so.
Ekosiisen
we held Parliament as if say you're not MP before you're the same numbers. I respect him, and I'm not saying it to placate him or anything. He's a fighter, and in politics, no, you need some fighting spirit. Even though, like we say, sometimes we might go overboard. You need that sometimes. You need it to ensure that the right thing is done. Let's face it. Is it not true? Even with these elections are year contest, you know. 2016, 1 million. What year more than gap, no? Say if you had gotten extra 140,000 and can declare in a year, can you go second round? He hasn't done bad. Even as we are contesting, and let nobody go and misquote me, say my G electoral commission figures not true. I'm saying as flawed as we believe they are no. He hasn't done bad at all. John Mahama is done very, very well. The decision is up to him. I've spoken to him. Nakasa.
And does he give the indications of
he says one, we are in court. Let's put all our efforts
on the court case.
he also believes that AC has not been fair
Ekosiisen
to
on
us.
Asempa FM.
That's his belief. Until let's concentrate on that first. His belief is also that the party is more important than any other thing. I say, Your Excellency, even not say, no, Jinapor. Let's concentrate on the court issue. This party is more important than my personal choices and aspirations. See, I think na go through the processes.
Is this whole court thing not a psychological warfare he's engaged in to as it were say basa anko ya mamea? Okay, say mo hu the course so you we are into mon sign mamemra.
He doesn't even need to go to court
to come back.
I'm telling you, if your mama wants to contest today, he doesn't need to go to court. Let's face it.
You think so?
Oh, Master, if JM wants to come back again, you think that the only route he has is to go to court? He doesn't need to.
And he would win against anybody who comes.
I think so. Just that he's doing what is right and proper. I think that he's doing what is democratic.
But say now we can say young people the opportunity in some of these constituencies and they are there. Don't you think that for the flag bearers it's the same thing? Okay, JM, you've been president, you've been vice president, you've been president. Step aside, move for front. So
let the party, let's build consensus. Let's build consensus. He's not. Anything I make us or no one can say he's foisting himself on the people. No, he's not. He's not. Anything I make us say, John cannot be alive forever.
Of course.
Yeah. He can be around forever. The party must move on. Don't let us make it as if say the end is all about John Mahama. No. But I'm saying that it's a decision of the party. He did not decide alone, say, Yanko Court. It was taken at the national level and as a collective. Let's respect that decision. Let's have a fair trial. Let's have a transparent system. And let's see where it ends. On in the future and in the day, I'm sure this party is a big party. Yeah, deal. What's that? 2016 year da Fompa, and then before grad they can celebrate. You say 2016, and you say this year. We've done well. So you have to 2 year. And
but I've heard people say
on Asempa FM
how Nioma court this year would rather put the NPP on their toes going into 2024 because they know say rather than being complacent, no way will let them work harder. You share that opinion?
I don't remember this year working harder no.
Sir.
Because they say you say only a week.
Okay. In the year Jumaden Kakrebia will take over.
Because I tell you, yeah, 2020 election. Grofo be break. I said government be the 8 years. The end is if when you're more than the Korean concession. Senke bimu jai sa nyamano. And yen idea kuma shemu. Sine yes a protected ballot. And yama easy officials be an yen. Maybe the story would have been different. And you know, when it comes to this one, emboldening people and giving us the edge to fight harder, I think you never buy more.
Okay.
Because the 8 year cycle also, even all that, no, you didn't say you be renewed election, you free election, you didn't say court be rule court be dinner cray. Near Siaku for the form. Near the president, Mama Ba.
My main kind messages Kakana Mensaimra who will look into 2024. Obi, ask Honorable JJ, if former President Mahama decides to contest, will he support him? George Kwaten Wadenta. Where direct question?
I think so.
So decides to be contested, I'll be supporting.
Yeah, I'm supporting.
Okay, and that's your answer. Oh no! I'm now going to read messages. And I'll read it for you. Don't worry. Okay. Enti James Kwabnabon for message or something kind of any. Or say Obi, be bold and tell my brother John that I said he in particular misbehaved. He should apologize for his untoward conduct.
I think he's done that. Oh, you didn't hear that? You only
No, he did it. He did it. No, I apologize.
Oh, Camilla.
Yeah. Or say, tell him to be measured with his manly claims. I said, Banye. Banye ne de Kasabiana.
Kagbanye.
Oh, okay. He is a trained warrior, but he won't display in broad daylight indecently, but sparingly.
Sparingly. I like the word sparingly.
Yeah.
That means occasionally.
Yeah,
Who display a craving?
Oh, I see.
Once he has got the message,
That's all, Ain't he? Honorable Andrew Ejapamesa also said, is JJ suggesting that he can compel Ghanaians who are 18 years and above to register and vote because it is their right as enshrined in the Constitution? Obviously not. Why? Clearly, any attempt to deny one the right would amount to an infringement of that right, but no one can compel one to exercise his right to vote. All vote in Ghana pursuant to Article 42 and 49 is indeed a secret vote. It is personal to the voter and is intended to protect the voter from discrimination and harassment. Accordingly, one has a right to disclose his vote and live with the consequences of harassment and discrimination, if any. The NDC MPs had no business insisting that MPP members ought to be compelled to exercise and or waive their right to a secret vote. What they engaged in was reckless, lawless, and shameful. Protection of our democracy indeed. Andrew Ejapamesa and JJ, where Ejapa the lawyer speaking, ain't he?
My colleague.
Wow,
My colleague.
yes.
So can you imagine, sir?
Asempa FM.
Yapekosogo on the day of voting. Make a vote to a
Asempa
na ma
FM.
begyina ho na ma bie mu na me de akire obia.
Yes.
And then me de akoto ballot ni. You think the electoral officer will allow that?
Why won't he?
Why would he? Why would he? The Constitution is clear that secret shall be by secret ballot. They didn't say, oh, opportunity to do this or that. It's clear that secret shall be
By secret ballot.
That's all. The Ejaba, don't worry yourself and whine
Now,
around.
I'll say that provision is intended to protect the voter from discrimination and harassment. It is a voter now pen up so waive his right now. Okay, I would show it. Damn the consequences. Why should you be the one stopping me? Say, because I have right and responsibility. The right, now I have the right to waive my right. Mempe. Why? Why should you be the one stopping me?
I'm saying that I disagree with him.
Okay.
The
on that
Constitution is clear that voting shall be by secret ballot. And I'm a
That's true.
yes. That's what the
I've heard
Constitution
lawyer Samson argue, say, if it's a crime, say, the principle of
Ekosiisen
legality
on
and certainty,
Asempa
say,
FM.
if it's a crime, there should be a consequences for that crime stated in black and white. But on go through the constitutional kind of the related act and all of that. Baby, I criminalized that act, i.e., consequences for showing your vote.
Well, we'll take all that on and make progress as a nation.
Yeah. Mamema unia you kwan, yes.
yeah. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Minia John, Matthew and I think say the part you people who don't know him woman nim no. Ebia they now all year CIA every say Parliament that day but TV so nyina no if you say bia na nya brigidi bia me knowing him I was laughing because look at this man. Now I'm talk about Abu or Samuel Shah so did you see what happened?
Yeah.
Did you watch that
Yeah,
part?
I did.
Uh-huh.
I did.
Look, honestly speaking, I did not want to hear about secret balloting, and I want to take us back to down the memory.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Yeah, to Abba for creation of regions. No? Do you remember that President Mahama voted yes?
Yeah, he did. He voted
How,
yes,
how did you
and
know?
he showed it.
How did you know?
Yeah, he showed it.
Was it right?
You condemned him.
No, please. I'm not talking about condemnation or not. I want to show you something. Obi Ekokoje. Obi Kokoje. Oh, no.
Make us say who as an individual.
But I'm
speaking now. Condemned all over.
Ziggy, I'm the one talking now.
Okay.
So let me talk. And now President Mama Nkwao.
Yeah.
Many of the NDC MPs are no person microphone who say almost support the creation of regions. Almost show ballot paper. Obi, me, 2012, I found myself in a peculiar circumstance as a parliamentary candidate for CP on the ticket of CPP in Kintampo North. Me to about Central SDA Church. Me to mabawi no. I showed it. It's not about rightness or wrongness. I don't think I offended any law that injuncted me.
Yeah.
Say me who can say me show me ballot. I reserve the right. Say me too about we no. Na say you too about we are. People go and discuss where they voted. If the argument about secrecy of ballot is so sanctioned, say untimi nya anka even after elections you don't need to discuss where you voted. But say Leonard ayenene ekano. You see, never be on my wombranumu. Sabaye be protected or no ankran or to abano. Now, for so ama yedini die abba abana yetunumu. You was saying tia, ye to about parliament, a boy, I say Mama Monsaso. And you was saying tia, I see this one Mamunian secret. And ye saying tia, saying tino, so be I say, and one who buy no say. One him or done who daja, amo be una. Sabi. Adiana. Esi hu kwan na mamenka asem bia na menu ai ka me ne nya adwene and it's good he's established the fact say he say ya nya adwene ne de the essence of democracy. It's normal. Is it true said the omo ye no and then kwan ne kwan say omo fa so dey solve problem no?
Which other way you advise?
There are many other ways,
like,
and eventually that's what you resorted to,
going into conclave.
Thank you.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
Me woman na yes ha no na hear me time. Unim de na hear me time.
But
it was a show of mistrust.
But what led to the conclave?
Unim so say the decision to go into conclave, no?
Well, because of this.
JJ out here, you want me undecided. The clerk. And it's a clerk.
It's not just the clerk. It's not just the clerk.
So who
any member of the leadership?
Yes.
I know now my main can say JJ can't contradict no one. Once that throughout we're maintaining refrain be say they were not parliament yet.
That's true.
But they had leadership.
Yes.
They were not members of parliament yet, but they were members of parliament elect.
Yes.
They were deemed to be holding a certain position of privilege. Don't me. You see, you as I say, your team may be say yes, emramuno bibia ni onu ma ya tro no chenchene say and so ye nim say the air patron nie enema binum ho no ma me de me de eni say afani nyina gi atum say ne e course ho no no anko ye ye pa ho cho no na wodim de ha me obi de anko ye pa Ghana for the go na ye maya no so na yaka parliament I think it's wrong. They were individual members of parliament awo musu ni ebanya wonda na di wo hono no na enye ye mo mudi ni enka because equally that evening that night me hwe TV so hu MPs bin ma na omote onmo se de omochiti ho ni de omode ma omo ho ene kwan omo fa so ne ye nuano mu na omo jinsamu John de me nuano I have that with him na na and I say
no, but just some quick points.
I'll come to you.
First of all,
yes,
I know the constitution is clear.
Okay.
Say the voting shall be by secret ballot.
It
didn't say you shall afford the opportunity. It's clear that the voting shall be by secret ballot. It's a constitutional provision. I don't need anybody to come and then tell me say it means say meet me say. It's clear.
Nobody is saying anything.
So let nobody come and tell us it means say woko ye ni say how dey be for clear say your co-parliament say ye speaker it shall be by secret ballot. Now Kabila, you are talking about conclave. Yes,
that was just one. But
No,
I could give you some other.
no,
Kabila,
you brought that one. What led to that? It was our insistence. So we should vote by secret ballot. And then the conclave no by. What did they say? Also, we should vote by secret ballot. Are we not vindicated? When both leaders went into conclave and came, they agreed, say, voting should be by secret ballot. So where is these issues? Japan no needs a now the back leader. Say it's just an opportunity. And only Nimian such any leaders. I've heard your marking on your lawyer. Why didn't he go to say constitution no? Even though I say it shall be by secret ballot no. It's just an opportunity. When they went to conclave and came back, all of them agreed, say, look, I say yeah, by secret ballot. And when we did the secret ballot, we carried the day. It's as simple as that.
JJ, my main kind message na me ni unwie na fe yen to discussion na watimi eja ye ho according few messages na JJ eja ye ho. JJ was my coursemate from the University of Ghana. We pursued masters in development finance together. I was happy to have met him in Parliament, especially because we would have an opportunity to contribute effectively to the cause of Parliament. Unfortunately, the fine brain and gentleman turned himself into also a Manny Pacquiao in Parliament on 7th of January. Please, he shouldn't bring the boxing gloves this Friday. 138 is 138, 137 is also 137. No mischief or golden interpretation can change this simple mathematics. Good afternoon, JJ. Ekosiisen Asefua, MP for Old Tafo constituency.
What's my mate at UDS?
WC
No,
Masters
Legon.
in Development for Legon.
Yeah.
Legon. I think it's at the master's level.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah. At the master's level.
Mate.
Hi, Obi. Thanks to the NDC caucus in Parliament for how they protected our very own democracy on the floor of Parliament. Our colleagues should know that each person has inside a basic decency and goodness. If he listens to it and act on it, he is given a great deal of what the world needs most. Oh, my bro Kabila, always with dissenting opinions. Eric Ejay, a deputy communications officer for the NDC in Bono region. To be honest with you, Obi, John Jinapor is one of the few NDC MPs I have a great deal of respect for. And I must say, I've had to painfully waive that thought since last Thursday. Obi, look, the Ghanaian public ought to rise in facile murmur against the political rascality and trepidation exhibited by our parliamentarians apprehending both NDC and NPP MPs who metamorphosed into turning the August House of Parliament into a boxing ring. The opprobrium and vituperation must be dexterous and conspicuous. No Jurassic crinkum crankum. Say Obama. Oh yeah, manabro so. Say Obama in Pokwase. Executive Secretary.
What got to be short?
Let it ask man. Oh God. Anyways, lot of messages. Anthony Nukpenu says, good afternoon, Obi. I don't see why you want NPs to apologize. For what? Which part of the constitution did they offend? Please allow my NDC MPs to be. They are heroes who have defended the longest standing constitution. I stand up for the NDC MPs any day. JJ was in fact my hero for the day. The lowest point for me was the stealing of ballot papers. That one was not. It was the lowest behavior. Anthony Nukpeno. And anyway, about my regards to number 6. On my kwabnas and this what you JJ.
Hey, Minia. On my no, my I'm so my with I said, Obi.
Oh, fire message.
You message me on my phone, Zena, Nibufuya.
Oh,
and my patcho. My patcho, no patcho area. And you may have still will be resistant to look. My patcho will be. You will be
my patcho. And finally says, The Speaker of Parliament cannot and has no power to decide which side constitute the majority caucus in Parliament without reference to the standing orders and precedent, including the formal position communicated to him and the House by the independent member of Parliament, the Famina MP. There is nothing complicated about the situation. If and when the Famina MP formally communicates to the Speaker and the House his decision to sit or, quote, join the NPP side of the House for parliamentary business, then the NPP Famina MP, okay, so the NPP / Famina MP side would be recognized by the Speaker as the majority side of the House for purposes of legislative business and Parliament relationship or interaction with the executive or government. A careful and combined scrutiny or reading of the supplemental provisions of procedure in cases not provided for interpretation, that's Order 7, relative to statuses of majority leader and minority leader, will determine which side becomes the majority leader or the majority side in the 8th Parliament. This is not a complicated issue. Who sit where in the 8th Parliament shall be resolved soon. This one says, please ask JJ, when would they start going to Peace FM morning show? Kofigo and anyway, but I like the way JJ is talking. I don't support his party, but he's too much. And please also ask JJ. Okay, and I think I've asked that Kofigo and Abba and no, on also dear here no. Good afternoon, Obi. Please tell Mr. JJ that if I can't do any of what they did on the floor of Parliament by snatching ballot papers, kicking ballot boxes and pulling down polling booths and get away with it, then he can't be sitting in your studio to justify the actions or be proud of the actions as heroic. What were they teaching the youth? We're watching. Obi, now some of us are convinced beyond reasonable doubt that foot soldiers who snatch ballot boxes and cause commotion and mayhem at our polling stations are encouraged by some of them. Thanks, Angelo in Accra.
Angelo, listen.
Yeah, Angelo.
Have we come here to celebrate it?
No.
Most sending messages now. We've been going to the extent to say we are sorry to Ghanaians.
Yeah, I think
what is this justification, celebration? Oh, then let's go.
Ben Aye, Honorable Ben Aye said, Obi, after Abu himself has admitted succeeding to push down the Marshal of Parliament, in other words, overcoming Parliament's own security, he thinks it was wrong for external security to intervene. What in the message, JJ?
It's wrong. You didn't get what they are saying. Then that means that you go and attack the Marshal and overpower him. Is that the situation?
But you are saying Parliament was not constituted.
But
you are attacking. You are saying that the military invaded Parliament. You see, that's what I make a choice. Tell me about Obi, me.
Yes.
I don't know who gave command, but if I were in a privileged position,
Parliament was called. There's no issue about that.
Hold it, please. You see, sometimes mo yi be free. Me there. My antwene pi. They see that no. Overall. Enya dia na so ani na enye fe. But me say enye fe so say ye de ayi brush bako ebe paint omu nyina because that is also wrong. As I say, look, some of them behaved honorably.
But some of them who have been humble enough to accept their mistakes and apologize.
The provision says that at the first sitting of Parliament, the first business we do is to elect a speaker.
And the speaker will swear in.
Yes.
Members.
In there's no sitting of Parliament.
So in one breath, you see, I'm not saying that me. I know Parliament. You are not MPs yet.
No, on what?
And America said that is not consistent.
Nobody has said that.
You have even said nobody. They didn't have majority. You have said that you.
Yes.
Why are you saying that? Because Parliament was
because we are saying that even when Parliament is constituted, at least. We haven't even determined who says it belongs here or not. So how do you determine the majority?
So how come you went to sit where you sat?
Because it doesn't matter.
It was open to everybody.
You are even wrong because our standing orders doesn't say because you sit on the right.
There's
nothing like that. So why do you say why do you sit on the right?
JB,
What convention?
where is the law about right?
No, you asked that. Why did you go sit on the right? So why should I sit on the left?
Why did you sit where you sit?
Why should I sit on the left?
It's okay.
Maybe there's a reason. Why do you want me to sit on the left and not on the right? No, you brought it.
Obi, let me say something.
You brought it.
Don't let us go.
No, you are bringing unnecessary tangential issues. Why did you sit on the right? Why should I sit on the left?
Did I say right?
Okay,
why do you sit where you sat?
Why shouldn't I sit where I sat?
And why were you preventing others from coming to sit
Who
there?
presented others?
I was watching on
It's
TV.
not true.
How can two people on the same seat?
Now say
Because that was somebody's chair.
How come? Who prescribed it as somebody's chair?
Ekosiisen is in the high Asempa 94.7 FM. Okay, guys. Moment of privilege, no? By a member of parliament.
MPs are some now almost Kasati said the MPs.
We don't know
above the
privileges
law,
committee.
I'm ready to appeal. I am praying for that day. Your committee. Come on. MPs
the constitution, old constitution.
But JJ, Kweku Bagozo Poucho, Mema Wuni, Sa Peace FM question, Nano. Are you close to the power to respond?
I know that they are trying to resolve the issue.
It's taking too long.
I
know it's hurting.
I hope that they can resolve your
retreat.
Maybe your party, man, the I don't like this issue of taking a different course. If I have issues, I will deal with them internally.
The military invasion of the chamber was an unwarranted intrusion and condemnable by all standards. It cannot be rationalized and justified.
If I your last one, why? Honorable, if the marshal feels that we have overpowered him, he has every right to call for reinforcement.
So how do you know
and
if
reinforcement
it was the marshal who called for reinforcement?
I'm a member of parliament.
No, how sure are you that it wasn't the marshal?
Okay, Baba JJ, the reinforcement from where? Police or military?
Police. It could be anywhere.
No.
Where is it stated that police?
But I'm saying that.
No, where is it stated that it's police?
I am saying that.
I have inquired
from leadership. Kabila, sometimes you guys have to be fair. This is a matter. It's a national issue.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that the marshal did not call any reinforcement. The marshal did not. I'm telling you on authority. And we know who called them. Yes, I don't want to come and mention whose names here when they are not here.
Okay,
why?
So let's leave it there.
Yes. Don't let us.
Chief Bine said, tell JJ I have one for him. I don't know which one he's talking about.
He will always have one for him.
Chief Bine said, main country. Because he's
saying,
are you
interested?
No, one for you,
are you interested?
Come on in. Unim said, JJ Bar, the first person he mentioned his name was you. Oh no, Busa said, he thought you had won your seat. And I'm saying, oh, primaries now.
Did you run for parliament?
No, okay, primaries.
Unfortunately,
94.7. After this.